I think Canva was the people's princess of CanLine 2026, and here's why. I'm convinced that if you booked yourself flights and accommodation without any other access and parked yourself at the Cabana all week, you'd have a pretty good Can experience. Because you didn't need to be connected to get in. You didn't need to work at a media agency. You didn't need to spend a month scavenging the internet for RSVP links and secret invites. Canva welcomed you with open arms. I've always been a big Canva fan. I learned how to use Photoshop in high school, but honestly, it always felt way too complicated for me. Canva always let me do exactly what I wanted to in a fraction of the time, which is a really good reminder that accessibility matters. And I think they brought that same philosophy to Can this year. But don't get me wrong, they were absolutely rolling out the red carpet, baby. This place was electric. There was always something happening. They had live demos, talks running throughout the week, free ice cream, healthy juices, a gorgeous beach space I parked myself at for a couple of hours just to do some editing, and also this confetti photo booth, which was kind of awkward if you were there by yourself, but c'est la vie. They also took me through one of their AI demos that generated some travel content from a prompt. The girl showing me didn't really know how to use it, so it wasn't the best demo, but it's fine, she tried. They also made me a coffee and a cocktail shaker. I started to get scared they were giving me an espresso martini at 11 in the morning, but thankfully it was just a nice latte. But the biggest thing for me was the programming. Canva had an incredible lineup of talks running all week, and unlike so much of Can, you could actually get a seat. I ended up front row for Alan Cumming. There really weren't that many people there, and we made so much eye contact, it was incredible. That's what Canva kept getting right. Some of the biggest conversation at Can happened behind closed doors or inside venues that most people simply can't access. But Canva took that same caliber of speakers and opened it up to anyone who walked through the gate. It felt like they genuinely wanted people to be part of Can, not just admire it from the outside. I also missed the Pride Party on the Thursday night, which is my biggest regret from the week, because it hosted the Teletubbies. If I had have known I would have been there, it looked like so much fun. Even if I never come back to Can for work again, I'm inclined to plan a Europe trip that just so happens to swing through Can that week, because if the event happened to fall smack bang in the middle of a catastrophic heatwave again, Cabana would be the first place I'd be heading. If you've been following along, you'll also know I've already given Canva top marks for those iconic Croisette tote bags. And as I've been editing these videos, they just keep popping up. Every activation tour I've filmed has at least one Canva bag floating around in the background. For me, their product is all about making creativity more accessible, and their Can activation did exactly the same thing. They didn't just build a beautiful space. They made one of the most exclusive weeks in advertising genuinely feel open to everyone. And that's why Canva gets my vote for the people's princess. Au revoir.